Hello guys, today I would like to talk about the Holy Trinity. I would like to explain in a logical way to you, because that's the one what saved me from Satanism when I was studying Satanism. After a few years of this event, Jehovah's Witnesses knocked on my door, and I decided to let them in my house, and I study the Bible with them, because I was curious what's the level of their knowledge in this field, and also I was curious what's the level of my knowledge. Basically, every Bible study what we had is turned into a debate. And one time during our debate, I discovered that basically they do not believe in the Holy Trinity, and the idea what they have about the Holy Trinity is something else what I have. They basically refer to the Catholic version of the Holy Trinity, and that's also surprised me that the Catholics teaching something else. It's similar almost to my idea, but for me it's unlogical and a bit messy. I think that's the reason why a lot of persons live in Christianity, because for them also it's unlogical and it's too messy. Okay, enough from the storyline, so let's see what is the Holy Trinity in a logical way. The first mistake what people do when they try to explain the Trinity, that they add multiple meanings to the word God without noticing it. The people say that there is only one powerful God. In this sentence, the word God has one meaning, right? But the people giving a hidden meaning also. The second meaning is that God is the leader what the people should follow. That's what a lot of persons think over God. That's the point exactly where the confusion starts and people live in Christianity. Christians teach that the Father is God, Jesus is God, and the Holy Spirit is God, and they are one God. How can be three entities, one entity? This is absolutely messy, right? In a Catholic lexicon, I have found the following information. We cannot find solution from religious history to the secret of the Trinity. So this means that we have to look somewhere else for the solution. The best place, in my opinion, the Gospels. What information can we find in the Gospels? First, the people do not understand what is love. That's the reason why Jesus teaching love. Jesus is God, but the Father is also God. The third information is that the Father is the leader, and the Son is the one who perfectly obeying Him and doing His will. There is a Holy Spirit who came to help humanity after Jesus went back to heaven. You can make a blasphemy or even over Jesus, but you cannot make a blasphemy over the Holy Spirit. Now let's think, how does love work? If you create something, probably you're gonna create it with love, and if your creation reflecting back your imagination, probably you're gonna love your creation, and you're gonna be even proud of it, right? But can your creation love you back? I don't think. Now imagine that you have a dog, and if you treat it well, your dog gonna love you, right? But can a dog love you in the same way as a human can love another human? I don't think. Now imagine that how would you feel if you know that you are the only one human on the planet? I know some of you sometimes have a fantasy over this, but now please take it seriously. How would you feel yourself? if you know that there is no any other person on this planet, only you, or let's say another example, that you're born on a planet where machines can help you to stay alive. Would you stay alive? What do you think? I think without love you're gonna die soon. Here is one example from a hospital. Twins were born 12 weeks before their due date. One of them were dying, the other one was healthy. The nurse went against the protocol of the hospital and decided to put the healthy baby beside the dying one. Shortly, the heartbeat of the dying baby became normal, and the baby soon get well. Now, if you born on a planet and somehow you manage it to stay alive and to reach adultery, I think soon you're gonna become crazy, because loneliness lead straight to the craziness. You're not gonna find any kind of meaning of your life, so probably it's gonna lead you to a suicide. Now imagine that you are a God and you are cursed to eternal loneliness. How would you feel? This is a proof for me that God, which is alone, cannot be a loving God, because love working only if someone can love you back in the way how you love. So basically, in my opinion, Jesus is a godly entity just like the Father. Christians saying that Jesus is a godly entity, the Father is a godly entity too, but they basically are the same. They telling this because of the following sentence. I think the problem is that the people take this sentence literally, not symbolically. Here is an example why I think that we should take the previous sentence symbolically, not literally. As you see, when we marry, we became one flesh. This is a symbolic sentence, so that's the reason why I think we should understand sometimes Bible symbolically, not literally. Now let's talk about the gender. Why father and son? Why not father and daughter, or father and mother? First, what does it mean son? Does that mean that the father was first and then he created his son? In my opinion, we should not understand it literally. It has a symbolic meaning. The father and son referring to the relationship between the two godly entities. One entity act like an all-powerful, loving father, and another one acting like a son who obeying his father. Why is this? Is the father some kind of pervert who needs someone who obeying him? As you know, two musicians cannot play music in the same pub. That's the reason why one entity act like a father and another one act like a son. If the Christian version of the Holy Trinity would be a copy only from the previous Trinity ideas from different type of religions, then the Christian version of the Trinity would wear the image of the previous Trinity versions. In the previous Trinity versions, basically were three equal, all-powerful God who has the same rights. And as you see, in the Christian Trinity, the situation is totally different. Let's see, why not father and daughter, or father and mother? I guess that angels and God has no gender. That's why I think that all belief system which give gender to their God, basically it's a false belief system. And now let's see in summary. The Holy Trinity is two godly entity without gender, who are driven by the Holy Spirit. The relationship between them is like the Father and the Son. One cannot exist without the other one as a godly, loving entity. That's why symbolically they are one. Tell me, what do you think of this idea? Is it logical for you? Is it understandable? About the experiment, about the baby experiment, you can find the link in the description field. That's all for today. Bye bye.